Good afternoon, grinders. This is your SimLabs analysis for Friday, July 18th. I'm Jordan Cooper, aka BlenderHD, BlenderHD. If you want to follow me on Twitter, hit that thumbs up button on your way in the door. You know how much I like the thummy thumbs. Hit the subscribe button if you're new here. Hit the notification bell to know when we go live. We got Crunch Time and Grinders Live. We got all the shows later today on the channel. Definitely Crunch Time. You got to tune in for that 6:15, 6:20 p.m. Eastern or so, leading up until lock, because Kevin Roth will have the weather updates for you. We may need it. We may need it a little bit. The Yankees-Braves game. I mean, these games are probably playing. I mean, Roth has them as yellow-green, so probably shouldn't be an issue, but definitely check out the Atlanta game. That's 7:15 p.m. Eastern. Then obviously the Twins-Rockies game, but I mean, the Rockies, typically in Colorado, there's always some type of scattered something around that they always play through where it looks like it's in the weather forecast, but it doesn't cause a problem. So that doesn't shock me or anything like that. That's going to be the big game of the slate because the Twins have a 6.17 implied team total, and no one else has a higher implied team total on the slate. 11 games. Pitching seems plentiful today, for the most part. For the most part, according to our projections, which I'm looking at now, I mean, there's some clear standout options, but there are a lot of pitchers that, from a mean projection standpoint, are like between 13 and 17 points, like a lot, like most of them. Because we have a lot of team totals that are like high threes, low fours today. And obviously the Twins stand out. The Dodgers are always, Dodgers will be, close to 5. Arizona 4.72, Tampa Bay 4.66. Like nothing like out of the Toronto 4.65. Like those aren't like nuts or anything. But the optimal rates on that we have for pitchers, like no one is higher than 24%. An 11-game slate. And that's Spencer Strider, 9K against the Yankees, assuming that game plays, which it should. And highest strikeout prop on the board, 7.5. So from an upside perspective at 9K, Spencer Strider will be your number one choice. But then we got Luis Castillo, 8.5K, 18% optimal rate. Tyler Glasnow, who recently came off the IL, 17% optimal rate, and he's 8K, which seems cheap for him. But remember, like he's not going to pitch 100 pitches. Like we have him at 86, so he's 8K and like kind of priced for, his strikeout prop's only 5.5. Because does he go 5 innings? Well, maybe he only goes 5 innings. Then we get guys like Seth Lugo and Brandon Walter, Reese Olson, Sean Manaea, like the cheap end of the spectrum. And we got Bassett, Manaea, Bradley, Slade Ciccone, even if you wanted to. I mean, all these pitchers, Nick Lodolo at 8,400, Charlie Morton, Brandon Pfaadt. I mean, all these guys have. I rattled off a bunch of pitchers that have between like a 13 and 15 point median projection, and the ownership is just like kind of spread out. Other than like I think Strider will be 1. Strider, Glasnow, and Castillo will be the 3 most owned pitchers on the slate. And I don't even think they're going to be like absurdly owned. Like we have the ownership for Strider at 36%, Castillo at 24%, Glasnow at 26%. And then we have like, as far as a cheap pitcher, I think more people will play Manaea against Cincinnati. But actually, we have a higher projection for optimal rate for Chris Paddock against Colorado at 6,700, although that'll obviously be a higher variance play there to play Paddock in Colorado against Colorado, who sucked. But they actually have, like, I think the 3rd highest team total on the slate today, even at 4.83, even though not very good, but they're playing in a ballpark that obviously favors them. So I think, like, given the choice, you can see here on the optimal versus projected ownership screen on SimLabs that we have Chris Paddock as the most under-owned pitcher on the slate, and Sean Manaea as the most over-owned pitcher on the slate. Because we have Manaea, who also will not, likely pitch 100 pitches. 80, maybe. We have him at 75. That may be slightly too low. But we have him, his projected ownership at 21%. But, I mean, his median projection, we have at 16. I mean, for 7K, that's pretty damn good. But his optimal rate, according to SimLabs, is 9.1. So 21% owned, 9% optimal. That's where you get the minus 12. That's where these numbers kind of come from. So you can see here, like Strider, Glasnow, Castillo are all technically, according to SimLabs, over-owned. But, like, to be, it's Stetzer Strider's 8.8. It's like, well, I mean, he's the highest optimal rate pitcher at 24%. He's just 36% owned, right? The difference between the two numbers when the numbers in SimLabs get updated. But there's a lot of pitchers to choose from. You could play Brandon Walter and Chris Bassett, and the difference in the mean projection between those two and playing like Castillo Glasnow is what? I mean, we're talking about 24. I mean, if you did that, you're giving up like 4 points in mean projection. That's it. That's like what? A strikeout and a hit, one less earned run or something. It's not that dramatic. Right, 4 points is a hit and a run by one of your batters. And that's it. That's it. You get the right stack. Pitching may not matter on today's slate. So I wouldn't mind going a little off the board. It depends on what we're playing. Because in SimLabs now I have a small field, medium range set. I don't play one lineup. I do it on my phone. That's what I like about SimLabs. SimLabs, we have an iOS app. That essentially, everything you see on the screen desktop-wise is essentially in the app. I mean, the navigation's a little bit different, but I mean, everything, anything that I would want to do on desktop, I could do on the app. So I listen to Crunch Time at 6:15. I make sure that I'm not playing games that have weather issues. And then I build my lineups, easily on my phone. And then I just go over to the DraftKings app and I put it in manually. There you go. Right? I play 2, 3 lineups, sometimes only 1, sometimes 5. I just do it at that point because obviously lineups change a bit. I mean, you can make some strategic kind of decisions earlier in the day. Like we see the top stacks tool. It's overwhelmingly Minnesota. Overwhelmingly. We have the Twins' optimal rate at nearly 26%. The next highest is the Dodgers at 7.25%, 7.74%. So yes, they're also going to be the most popular stack. I mean, they're also, some of these players are a little too cheap for the cores effect. Obviously, Buxton is 6,500. Okay. Jeffers, 4,700. Castro, 4,800. Then we get down to Correa at 4,200. Lewis at 3,600. Bader, 3,900. Even Ty France at 4,100. A little too cheap for a 6.17 implied team total. So that will be the top stack of the day. But it is an 11-game slate. There's 22 teams. So 3/4 of the time, according to SimLabs, 3/4 of the time, the top stack will not be the Twins. Well, which team would it be? God knows who knows, right? I mean, then it's the Dodgers, the Royals, the Yankees, the Tigers, the Rockies, the Athletics. I mean, we can see here. I mean, if I was going to choose Patrick Corbin's on today's slate, we may have to play Detroit, right? Well, I mean, he's Jekyll and Hyde. I mean, Patrick Corbin could actually be a good pitcher sometimes and then be awful the other times. But maybe, the Tigers look pretty decent. As far, I don't think price is going to matter that much. Because, I mean, like Strider's 9K and Glasnow's 88K. So even if you play them together, I mean, you're only paying 17K a pitcher. And we have some, $3,200 players that you play as one-offs. $2,800 guy with a decent projection. So I think you could do anything you want, like stack-wise is concerned. But I mean, truthfully, like if you don't play Strider, let's say you just X out Strider, Castillo, and Glasnow, and you X out the Twins, like you just play wherever you want. At that point, it doesn't matter. Leverage doesn't matter anymore at that point. And I don't even know if you could, if you X out the Twins, I don't even know if it matters. I mean, let's take a see. This is what I use SimLabs for. I want to see what matters. So first off, I'm just going to put in 150 lineup. We're going to play 5-man stacks. I just want to see. So let's see what shows up. I'm assuming you're getting a lot of the Twins. I'm assuming. kind of hard not to. Playing a small field contest. Let's see, small field, 1,000, 2,000 entries, not like the largest of large. So you don't have to get stupid contrarian. But I mean, you get a little bit contrarian. So let's take a look at the exposures here. Let's take a look at starting pitcher. Yeah, you got a lot of Brandon Walter, 7,700. A lot of him. But Spencer Strider, Luis Castillo, not as much Tyler Glasnow. 12% Glasnow. But yeah, then it's a whole bunch of play whoever you want. I mean, we have Paddock as the under-owned pitcher, yet I'm only getting 4% of them. Then we take a look at the teams that show up. Yeah, look, Minnesota. Half the lineups are the Twins. Half of the lineups are the Twins. Then we got the A's, the Rockies, the Yankees, and then there's a whole bunch of little, who cares? A lot of Twins. Basically, just a lot of Twins. But what do these Twins lineup look like? Do you have to play even you don't even have to play that contrarian. We take a look at this first lineup. This lineup here with the Twins. Vasquez, Lee, Lewis. So it's the bottom of the order. Ish, type Castro, Bader. Then you play Mookie Betts as a one-off, Lawrence Butler, and Nick Kurtz. With Strider and Walter. It's not that off the board, really. I mean, come on. You got a guy with 5% projected ownership. That's the lowest owned guy. Because this is for a smaller field contest. Larger field, he may have to get a little bit more, but not that much more. Not that much more. I mean, here's another Walter Olson lineup with Jeffers, Castro, Lewis, Bucks, and then this one you can pay up for Buxton, right? With Bader in here, Stanton. Look. And you're paying 2 7K pitchers today. You could if you didn't play Buxton in this lineup, in these lineups here, essentially you have the money to play. You don't even have to play like a 2K guy. You don't even have to pay down. You don't even have to pay down that much at starting pitcher, right? Strider, Walter. It seems like Strider, Walter. Seems like SimLabs like some Brandon Walter today. A lot more than. And why wouldn't it? I guess a pretty good matchup against Seattle. He has the fourth highest raw point, median projection, mean whatever projection on the slate today. And he's 12% ownership on 13% optimal rate. Not bad. But I like using SimLabs by okay, so we did 150, but now I'm just going to do a little bit of research as far as okay, if we exclude let's say you could choose. It's if you wanted to play Strider, let's say we want to lock that in. Right? We want to lock in Strider. You can go to player filters. I'm going to lock in Strider and Walter. Right? And then let's say you want the twin stacks. Right? What do these lineups look like? What do you have to play? We see some of these lineups. Now I'm just going to look for, I want 20 of them. Just to see. I've made my choice. Strider, Walter, and Minnesota. What is the rest of the lineup? What does the stack look like? You can make choices in SimLabs. Right? We have the lineup we just mentioned before. Here's another one. Strider, Walter. You have Brooks Lee, Royce Lewis, Carlos Correa, Castro, Bader, with Butler, Aranda, and Sean Murphy. These SimLabs ratings are very good. Then we have another one. Butler and Kurtz. Very similar with Pajes. Very similar to the one that's up here. Strider, Walter. Is Vlad Guerrero, Rooker, Butler in it. A lot of athletics today in SimLabs as well. Their team total is it's under 4, 3.81. There's one with Tyrone Taylor. So this is essentially what you'd be using it for. Just what does the stack look like and what do the rest of the slots look like? Who are you playing? What's the ownership? When you're playing a 1.8% owned Christian Yelich and an Isaac Collins at 1.71% for the Brewers today, does it matter that you have a 36% owned Spencer Strider? No. And you're playing a twin stack without Byron Buxton, who's probably going to be the most owned twin, if you're paying up especially, right, at 6,500. This is fine. This is perfectly fine. So you just peruse the lineups that show up, take a look at the SimLabs rating, and choose which one you want to play. So maybe this, if I'm playing 3 lineups today, maybe this is my twin Strider Walter lineup. And then I'll be like, okay, well, I want to play Strider Walter and with no Minnesota. Or with a specific team like Detroit. Like we mentioned before. Like if I want to do this and I wanted to play Detroit today, what's the highest rated lineups? What do they look like with Detroit? All right, I don't have to lock in Strider Walter. I could, lock in anyone you want. Now I want to take a look at Tigers lineup. So what do these lineups look like? What are their ratings? Sometimes their rating could be pretty bad. You make some choices, you exclude players, you lock in other stuff, and they tell you, yeah, these lineups don't rank very well. Right? It doesn't. I mean, look, it kind of farts at you. Kind of like, yeah, you said you wanted some lineups, and did my best, other than this first one, which isn't all that great to begin with. Right? Dingler. I mean, look at the ownership here. Very, very low for a small field contest. Playing this Detroit stack with Buxton one-off, Andrew Vaughn at first base. Yeah, this probably a little bit more of a large field play. The Tigers today, at least with Strider and Walter. And you figure that if you're not going to play them in a small field with the most owned pitcher on the slate, the Tigers may be a little bit too off the board. I guess that's what SimLabs is saying. I guess that's what SimLabs is saying. There's not many Tigers lineups. Right. If I take away Strider and Walter, right, I probably get lineups that rate out a little bit better. So let's take a look at what they look like. So this is what this is SimLabs. This is what I do these videos for. This is not the answer key. Every day I go, this is how you would use this tool. Right, here's a Lugo Walter lineup. This is even more contrarian with the Tigers stack. Tigers, Blue Jays. The Tigers one with Buxton and Jeffers. There's another one with Buxton. Like the thing that I don't get is that typically from a heuristic standpoint, in the most owned stack. Because typically Byron Buxton goes off for 6,500 like the Twins have done. I don't mind playing the cheapest guy because the cheapest guy doesn't have to do as much. But if Buxton has 4 hits, a home run, and 5 RBIs and stuff, well, probably other people have gone off as well. But yeah, but that's something that you would do. I mean, let's say you don't have to play Byron Buxton as a one-off. You could exclude him. You could just put him in as Byron Buxton. Exclude. Done. Lock in team stack, right? Choose team stack, choose the players. Exclude Buxton as a one-off and play a non-Twins line. You could do that. You don't want to play Sandy Alcantara today. Just exclude him. That's what SimLabs is for. And this is part of the Combo Light package. And we revamped a bunch of our packages here at RotoGrinders over the All-Star break. I know if you get the Combo Pro now, I think it's free through September 1st if you pay for 6 months. So it's like if you're going to get it for football, like you could just use it now. You get it now, you won't be charged for the 6 months until September 1st. I think it's something like that. Something. People don't reach out to me. I see these things in my email and on Twitter and stuff like that. So I know we're running something like that. We're running something like that. But if you don't want to do that, I'm not Mr. Cheapo here. Right? I'm telling you the cheapest thing you could do. Get the Combo Light package. Get SimLabs. You get it for NBA, you get it for MLB, you get it for NFL, PGA. And you get the stat pack databases like Plate IQ, Court IQ. And you get all of our premium written content, which includes Cheese is Good's $1 Million Musings. You can read that today. So click on the link in the description. Click on that link in the description to find out more information or go to rotogrinders.com/premium. Right, it says here, it even says here, there we go. The special offer, buy Combo Pro 6 month now. Get access through March 1st. That's like getting your access now through September 1st for free. Okay. That's how it works. So, yeah. So, essentially, you're going to get a couple of months, in a month and a half. You get 6 weeks, 8 weeks, something like that for free. Go try it out. You get everything. I mean, if you do Combo Pro, you get everything. I get everything, right? Because I'm here at RotoGrinders. But you get everything. You could possibly, all the specialty sports, all the ownership and player projections, right? Everything here. I think you get the mobile apps. Okay, maybe you don't get. Do you not get the mobile app for the Combo Light package? I think you do. I think you do anyway. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't. Maybe you need to get Combo Pro for that. I don't even know. I use it on my phone. Typically I'm using SimLabs on my phone. I'm usually out when I'm making my lamps. I'm usually out and about. I just go on my phone, SimLabs app. What do I want to do today? I want to play, for some reason, play Brandon Walter or whatever. I hear something on Grinders Live or Crunch Time, because I'm always listening to Grinders at the Crunch Time just to make sure I'm not playing some type of crappy weather issue type of game. Sometimes I hear Kevin Roth say, this may be a little too risky, and I just X them out. I just go to SimLabs and I just say, remove that stack, remove it, just don't give it. Don't give it to me. Pick my lineup or 2 or 3. It's 11-game slate. I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. Could just be one lineup. One lineup, that's it. That's all I need. Then very easy to build plus EV lineups with SimLabs and the Combo Light and the Combo Pro. It's a good deal for if you're going to use it for NFL. Combo Pro is very, very good if you're going to get. I mean, essentially, you get like it's like $200 off. Just out of the blue, nothing. Just 200. They just decided, okay, we're just going to do that. So check it out. Click on the link in the description. If you don't do that, at least hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to know when we go live. That's later tonight. And I'll see you next week for another MLB SimLabs analysis here on RotoGrinders.com.